Listen to me, they really doubted you. There was no doubt in their mind that you would not make it, but you had everything within your mind and your soul and spirit. You were going to do everything it took just to get to where you were going. Your prayers, your fasting, everything that you were doing to continue on with the faith that you have, especially trying to get to the point to where you're going to be successful. It's almost like it was something fighting against what you were trying to do, but you steady kept going and you kept pushing against the grain. And I want you to know that it was not for nothing. Trust me, it was not for nothing. Everything that you put out to do, everything that you were focusing on and fighting against is no longer there, because God has lifted up a standard against what the enemy had brought against you. Because many of you were dealing with individuals and people who doubted you, but they were also hoping that you would not get to that point to where you were fighting to get to. You set up plans, you wrote the vision down and you made it plain. You knew exactly what you wanted to do, but you couldn't get it, but you kept going. And God says your persistence is what kept you from falling. Your persistence is what kept you from falling. You have made it to the place of success. You are at a place where God is really focusing and harnessing in on you. Yeah, he's always watched over you, but now he's really focusing in on bringing you that big breakthrough, that blessing. The things that you have been trying to get to for the longest is finally about to take effect in your life. You're going to see things moving. You're going to start to see things beginning to move and push forward. I mean, it's almost like a rocket ship when it takes off. It takes a little while to get that fire going up underneath, right? So God had to place that fire up under you to get you to keep going. He was always there, and he was like, it's almost like he was just sitting back like a spectator, but he knew he had his hands on you. He was like a spectator, spectating the things you were doing, but he was always placing you back on the path when you felt like giving up, when you sat still and said, I'm tired. You get to the point to where you feel like you're tired. But God always had to pick you up and put you back on that path where he wanted you, but he also placed that fire up under you to keep you going. And it's amazing that you did not give up. It's amazing you allowed the Lord to continue to press you to keep going. See, many of you have had negative situations come against you, negative things, people speaking negativity over your life without you even knowing it. I mean, just things that were happening behind the scenes that you didn't know, but God was always working behind the scenes for you as well. But he was right there beside you working it out. And that's why this next breakthrough is going to hit so different that most of the people around you who did doubt you are going to be so shocked how God is doing these things in your life, how things are just moving forward. When I tell you, you don't know the amount of people or the amount of things that was a setup by the enemy to keep you from going, to keep you from being successful, but the way and the power of what the Lord has placed upon you, the power that he has over anything that is pushing against the grain for you, is so much more powerful than them. See, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. See, he's in you. So if he's in you, he's going to push you just like he would push himself. That's the same thing. See, even though when Yeshua was here on this earth, he asked God, he said, why have you forsaken me? He was wondering, why have you done this? But he also stayed there and kept going. He didn't stop. He could have easily ran from what he was going to have to face, but he faced it with grace. He faced it with the power of the Most High God, which is what God is doing for you. He's helping you to face the demons, face your enemies, and look them in the face while you're sitting there with the table that is laid before you in their presence, being able to say, you know what? I am very successful. I'm glad that the Lord, you always gave, that's the thing about it. You always gave the Lord glory. You always gave glory to the Lord. And that's what's different about you. You didn't stop. You kept going, even though you took breaks. See, we take breaks, but we don't quit. That's the thing. Type in the comments, we take breaks. I take breaks, but I don't quit. Because that's what it is. You might have taken a break. You might have sat still for a moment, maybe even for a season, because you didn't understand what was going on. But God always picked you up and put you back on the path. And that's what I love about the Most High God. He's doing some things in your life because he knows that you are only human, that he has to give you strength to keep going. And he's always going to give you that strength. He's always going to do that because you are his. You are a child of the Most High God. Think about it. It's 333 on the clock. I mean, type 333 in the comments, guys. You already know it's real. This is confirmation for you. When you think about it, if you're a parent, or if you think about your parents and you don't have kids, a parent is always going to want what's best for his child. Always going to want the protection to keep them protected the way that they can. I mean, no matter how hard it gets, they're going to want what's best. You will never see that child go hungry. I promise you, a parent is always going to want to feed that child before he or she feeds themselves. And see, that's what the Lord does. You are his child, and he's continuing to give you the roof over your head, to give you the protection that you need. He's not gonna let you go like, a beggar. I never seen a righteous man begging for bread. You don't have to beg, because see, the thing about it is, it's all about the prayers. See, your prayers have kept you wholesome. Your prayers have kept you at peace, have kept you going, even in the times where you said, I'm gonna take a break. I give up. If you're saying those things, you still had those prayers. Those prayers that you prayed even before were still in the midst. I mean, think about when he began to fast and pray. Those prayers were answered the minute he prayed. That's what's happening with you. Your prayers were already answered the minute you start praying. But see, God had to send someone. He had to send the watchman on the wall. He had to send his angels. He had to send his crew to come out and see about you. Okay, type in the comments, God, see about me. Yes, type it in the comments, because he sends out those that he knows that's going to help you to get what you need. So everything that you're praying for, even the things that you were trying to stop doing, are coming to you. Even if you stop, it's like God is taking you from levels to, you jumping levels at this point. Type in the comments, I'm jumping levels. See, at this point, God is going to place you at a level where you didn't even know you were going to be. You're going to sit in rooms where people, you're not even qualified. See, God is qualifying the unqualified. See, in the world, you may be unqualified, but in God's eyes, you are qualified. Type in the comments, I'm qualified. I'm qualified, because you are. He's doing what he has to do to get you to a successful state in your life, a successful place where you'll know that he was always there. He wants you to know that. See, sometimes it takes him to show you better than he can tell you. See, and it takes him to show you better than we can tell you. I mean, we as the children of God can tell each other, iron sharpens iron. I can tell you all day that God is taking care of you, that he'll never leave you nor forsake you. But I mean, sometimes he got to show you. See, he wants to give you the full proof. He wants to give you that confirmation. I'm telling you, this is what he's doing for you. He wants you to know by showing you at this moment. He's going to show you and prove to you that he never left you, that he was still answering your prayers, that your prayers were answered. You are very successful. Make that your affirmation. I am very successful. I am highly favored. I am a child of a king. Okay? You have to make that your affirmation each day to keep that in your mind, because everything that is going on is going to take place. It's going to happen. Everything that's taking place in the ethers, in the heavenlies, is going to take place on earth as it is in heaven. You're going to have that. So get ready, because I'm excited for you and me and all the children of God. I'm here to tell you, baby, we successful. And they might as well get over it, period. Oh yeah, come here real quick. I forgot to tell you, forget the doubters. I don't care who doubted you. I don't care who counted you out or whatever happened in your life. Trust and believe. God's plans is always going to prevail against anybody who ever doubted you, baby. So you better keep it popping, keep it moving, and keep it going. I don't care if you got to take a break. Come right back to it, because trust and believe, it's levels to this, and you skipping levels at this point. Forget the doubters. You blessed, big blessed, period. Now, I just know y'all done went and got my book, The Burning Bridge. Y'all done went and got my book, right? I got several of them, and they ready to be shipped to you today, okay? So make sure you go and get this book. All you gotta do is look in the description bar below, or look on the description in the bio, okay? Go over there and get your book today. You're gonna love this. This is gonna help you to realize that God is still in charge. He is still moving in your life. So many blessings on top of blessings you're gonna realize when you read this book, because you do not have to suffer alone, okay? I love you. Thank you. Make sure you go and get it. Go ahead and get it. Peace and blessings.